Are you ready to up your email productivity game? Well, then in this video, it's not just going to be some content which I'm going to be sharing about emails, but this is more going to be like a over 25-point checklist that you can make use of to improve your email productivity and also know what is the right way to use this form of communication. Stay tuned. All right, welcome to Enriching Beliefs. Thank you so much for being here. This is Karthik. I just wanted to set the context before I go forward here. All right, so the context I want to talk about, even before I explain you how you can improve or increase your emails productivity, this is the context. Okay, the first thing is email is, we all know that it's a very powerful medium to communicate. Therefore, it's very important that you learn it the right way and you start implementing the right principles, concepts, and tools. Okay, the purpose of email is not to record what you did. Many people I see that they just want to keep a record of what all things that they did. Well, in some cases that might be useful, but essentially that does not showcase the right kind of culture or mindset the whole group has. Because if you are only using written methods or written medium of communication to tell others what you have been doing, that itself means that there is a lack of trust. If many of your team members are doing this, I think there's a bigger problem that you have to solve. All right, so that's another thing. The third thing is uh, importance of an email based communication is to make sure all the stakeholders, all the relevant stakeholders are kept informed about the right information. Okay, that's the third one. Fourth one being, if you want to share any kind of documents very quickly with a group of or a bunch of people, email is it's a great way to use. All right, great form of communication. Sharing status updates which are crucial, which you have to share with your higher ups and they have to share with top management. It's a very awesome tool and awesome way to communicate. And the sixth one is availability notices. If you're taking off, you're going to be going on a vacation, or you're going to be on a different site, because of which you're not going to be available at a specific place at your workplace. Maybe emails are very easy way to communicate these kinds of information. All right, so with that, let's get on to the checklists. You can I'll also be sharing a link to, as I take you through all this checklist towards the end of the video. So just make sure you watch it till the end so that you get that link from where you can download all this checklist. All right. So the first one here is understanding the email's structure. What is the structure that we have when it comes to email? So this is the very basic structure. It has a to, it has a CC, a BCC. A CC is nothing but a carbon copy. Whoever is going to be receiving, you can carbon copy that to people you are putting in CC. BCC is like a blind carbon copies. People who are put in the BCC area, they will receive your email, but their name will not be displayed on the email. All right, so if you want to make sure that they have to be there, but others should not know they are there, you can make use of that. Subject, a very important, one of the most critical things to have. Body, whatever content you want to write, it's going to be there. And attachment. If you're going to be attaching or sending some files through this email, attachment is the place you have to put it there. All right, so this is the basic structure of email. And now I'm more going to be talking about what are the do's, what are the things that you need to be doing, or what are the kind of checklists for different areas which I just mentioned, for the different structures, different areas of an email. Okay, the right recipient in to and CC. This is something which is very crucial. If you're not putting this right, you're not sending it to the right recipients. Therefore, you will not get the right outcome or the expected outcome that you have. So the checklist that you can look at here is this email being sent to the right audience? Are there some recipients for whom this email will not make sense at all? So you're just sending it to them, you're just eating away their time, you're just making them distracted and all that. Are you doing that? Take a look into that. Are the necessary people looped in CC section? So people who just want to be informed, but they need not take any action, are they in the right, are those members in CC? This is something you can look at. Okay. The next part is the subject line, right? How do you make sure it's effective, crisp, and gives the context properly? How many times have you seen an email where you read a subject and the body talks about something else, where you read a subject which says hi with a lot of exclamation mark, and when you read the body, you understand that it's a very important mail. So don't do that. So keep it crisp and very short, so that it tells or talks about the context that they're going to be reading in the body. All right. Not too long. Why should it not be too long? Just pause and comment below why the subject line cannot be too long. Well, for the very important fact that when you look at the email, tools like Outlook or anything, you'll see that people have this from column, the importance column, subject column, date column. Lots of columns are going to be there, right? So the subject column is only going to have so much space for in every tool. Therefore, if you can keep it short and crisp, there will not be any cutting off of information on the tool, let's say Outlook or any such tool. So people can read the whole subject, and they can take action very fast. Because let's agree to this, that there are going to be days where there are going to be a lot of emails, and you have to just be able to make people take action by writing the correct subject. Okay, this is the thing. Is the email crisp, and does it give right clarity? Is it too long? Is it too short? You can make that decision. All right. So that's a part about a quick information about the subject line. Then comes the next important part, which is the body. So what are the checklists here? Is this an information or status exchange email? Okay, or is it action oriented email? And if it is action oriented, am I calling out the names of those who are expected to take action? This is very important. How many times have you seen an email where people just write hi all, or just hello all, hi team, a very generic statement to start off with, and then they expect some action from a specific individual? Have you seen this? Just type in the comment below if you have done that, or if you have seen such a thing. And if you know what I'm saying, so you have to call out people's name. So say you are sending me an email, Karthik, can you let me know can you immediately let me know what is the status of this task that you're working on, which you were supposed to complete it yesterday? So when I see the body, I will know that okay, I have to respond to this. If you just say hi all, I might not even look into this. Okay, there are chances that people just ignore because it's sent to all and not addressing anyone. Is the body and the subject in sync? This specifically happens not when creating the email thread for the first time, but while responding to an existing email thread where the subject talks about something, but context has changed and the body is talking about something else. Let me give you an example. Okay, let's say uh, you are a software engineer and you're working on something, and the build failed. Okay, the build failed to pass sanity. Okay, the subject line says sanity failed. So the developer replies back and says that okay, I've given you a next build. The sanity, all these defects that you spoke about are addressed. Can you check it out and let me know? So when the tester tests it, he responds saying it's all fine. The build has cleared sanity. But what is the subject line? The subject line still says sanity test failed. So people going through that will still never know what is the right context. I hope you're getting the point. So if the things have changed, you have all the right to change the subject, but in the body you can mention that subject changed, and in the subject you can say sanity test passed, so that people know what's happening, and they get the correct status very easily. All right, was it a cool tip? You can just let me know in the comment box. All right. So is the body and subject in sync? That's the thing. So does the body look too cluttered? Have you seen paragraphs and paragraphs being written in an email? Have you ever gone through each and everything? Maybe you will go through if someone is sending a goodbye email, right? When it's the last day, probably that's a scenario when you'll go through each and every line. But we are living in a micro blogging kind of a world now. Attention span is very less. People really do not have that patience to go through tons and tons of pages of information and text on that email. So give enough spacing, paragraph it properly, highlight things that are essential in that. Okay, so that's the thing about body. These are the checklists you can start following. The fifth one is about, I just want to give some other general pointers, all right? Kind of general checklist here. Here, the first one is about, am I creating a new email thread for an already existing thread? I hope you get this. There is already a thread going on with the same thing being discussed with multiple stakeholders, but someone just hops on and creates a new thread and start, creating one more thread. So people get out of sync. That creates a lot of confusion. Is the subject relevant to the current context, which I spoke about? Spelling and grammar checks done. People just do not understand so many things because of improper spelling and grammar in their emails. Right? So just make sure your spelling and grammar checks are on the point. Have I set the priority properly? Are you do you know that this is an important email which people have to respond to immediately, or it's not so important and urgent, but you don't set the priority right? Make a check on this. Are there any reminders needed? So you can just automate this to save time. So if there are reminders needed, you can definitely put the reminders, necessary reminders. Have I marked the important section in bold or highlighted? I'll just also mention in bold, and you can just highlight with the proper color which catches the attention, so that any important section people will not miss out on. Okay, this is the sixth point. Checklist rather. Does the email have large attachment that may be blocked from sending? How many times have you sent an email only to be found it in the outbox but never reached the recipient who have been waiting for it? Yeah, just check this out. Can I share a cloud link instead of attachment because it's too large, so that the relevant file, it's large, it will still be sent because it's just a link, and the file is going to be evergreen, right? So you don't have to update and again send the attachment, but you just have to update in the cloud link. Okay, this is something you can look at. Have I set the sensitivity level of the email? Control plus N gives you, creates a new email that you can start writing. Alt and S will send that email that you have written. Check recipients you can do by clicking Control K, so that it will give you suggestions on the names that you've typed in the to and the CC sections. Okay, these are all some general checklists that you can follow to improve, to make the email more effective and productive. Okay, now let me come to the sixth point, which can give you, which can save you a lot of time while writing emails. So these are going to be the automation tips that you can start following. Okay, the first one is setting reminders and follow-ups. I spoke about this. If something needs follow-up, can you set a reminder so that people are notified and they respond to it, so that you don't have to again write one more email or follow-up? Out of office notifications, are you setting the right out of office notification saying from this time to this time I'm not available? If there is any urgency for you to reach out to me, what are the alternate ways to reach out? Or are there alternate people who are identified who will respond to whatever you are doing in your absence? This is something you can always do. Create templates for quick response. You can definitely check out what templates are available with the tool that you're using. Auto save in specific folder for better organization. Let's say some people send you email, but it gets lost in the flurry of other emails. So what you can do is you can create rules which pushes the email to a specific folder, so that you don't lose out on such important emails. All right. Fifth one, turn on auto suggest or auto spell check. Most of the tools have this, and with the advent of AI and other stuff, ML kind of things, a lot of tools and add-ons have come in which can help you write grammar email without having any grammatical mistakes or spelling errors. Using speech to text capabilities. This is a cool thing that I found out, which let me just show how that works. Okay, this is an email where I'll just showcase how you can make use of the speech to text capabilities that are there. All right, so I'm using Outlook. So here, what you can do is you can just click on this voice, okay, and the dictate, and okay, it's already started recognizing this. All you have to do is just type the subject here. This is going to be the body of the email, and in this video you're going to be getting over 25-point checklist for you to up your email productivity game and be really cool with writing emails. Cool productivity tip. I think a lot of us are getting into this mode of communication where it's mostly going to be speech to text. So make use of this. Make use of this if you do not know fast typing and things like that. So this is going to be a cool tip. All right. If this was a cool tip, just let me know in the comment box. So the 7th one is using saved signatures to save time. Use your out of office notices. You can put it in your signature saying I'm on a planned leave in the coming week, something like that. Upcoming holiday notice, promoting upcoming products. If you send emails to people outside of your organization, you can always look at how you can promote your products and all that. And the 8th thing is using add-ons and tools for spell check and grammar checks, which I spoke about. So explore some add-ons and tools that you can make use of, so that there are auto corrections happening, auto grammar checks happening, and all those things. Okay, so this was a quick video and a quick checklist, and I'll leave a link below through which you can download this whole mind map so that you can start using this as a checklist for you to up your email productivity game. Was this cool? So if this was cool, just leave me a like and subscribe to this channel if you found this cool, because I'm going to be sharing many such productivity tips and techniques and tools that is really going to elevate the game for you. Alright, with that, this is Karthik signing off. I'll catch you in the next video soon. Take care.